Hi guys, welcome back. It's been a while, been having a hiatus, not voluntarily obviously, but been having a hiatus basically because of it's winter. Wind, rain, high water levels. It's just been a nightmare for the last 3-4 months. I think the last time I was out was probably November. Anyway, we're going to be on the Llangollen to that. Anyway, we're going to be on the Llangollen Canal today. We have 2 launch points. One is by a pub, and the second is by another pub, funny enough. Firstly, we're going to do the Poacher's Pocket. This is just outside Chirk. This is just outside Chirk. It's a small car park right next door to a pub, which you just mentioned, the Poacher's Pocket. Well, I think it's called the Poacher's now, but it used to be called the Poacher's Pocket. It's been changed, only slightly, but it's changed. The car park is 13 spaces, 1 space for disabled, which in this case was taken up by a camper van, who clearly weren't disabled, but there are no public toilets there, but obviously there's a pub, so you can go in there, have a drink, have some food, use their facilities. If the car park is full, as I said, it's only a small car park. The pub's car park is pretty big, and it's very rarely I see it anywhere near full, so it gets very busy, don't get me wrong, but it's a good sized car park, so you'd be very, very unlucky for it to be absolutely chock-a-block. If you're going to park in their spaces though, obviously go in, ask them, buy a drink, be nice. I'm sure they will. As I say, they've always got plenty of room. The car park is right onto the canal, so it's literally 10 foot away. Pump your board up, get on the canal, and away you go. The way I'm going to go today is up to Pontesilt Aqueduct. Okay, before you Welsh people lynch me, I know I'm pronouncing it terribly wrong. As far as I can tell, it's Pontcesyllta. Pontcesyllta. I think that's right. So apologies. I do say it twice more in this video, and I do grimace every time I hear it, but there you go. Anyway, on with the video. Thanks for watching. So the car park, well, direction we leave on the canal from the car park is right. You can obviously go left if you want. About a mile down to the left is the Lion Keys Hotel and Spa. They don't mind paddleboarders stopping there, having drinks, etc. So please do if you want to. I think you can launch from there as well, but don't hold me to that. I have to find out properly at a later date. I have asked, but I've had no replies yet. I'm pretty sure you can, but stay tuned in the description below and I'll try and keep you updated. Anyway, going right from the car park up the canal, and about a mile up, first place we're going to see is the aqueduct at Chirk. At Chirk. We're not going to church. Well, we will do later. Well, chapel technically, but yes, we're going to Chirk and the aqueduct there. So double bridges across the aqueduct, above the valley there. There's an aqueduct and a viaduct. There's a train goes over the viaduct, and the canal boats obviously go over the aqueduct. The aqueduct is the lower of the 2. If you're going this way and then going up to Pontesilt, there are a number of tunnels and there are a number of locks, so be aware. Ideally, if you're going through a tunnel, please have a head torch with you. Switch it on, stick it on your head as you're going through, then any boats coming the other way will hopefully be able to see your head torch in the tunnel, and they won't try to enter while you're in there. Likewise, if you see a light in the tunnel, don't go in there, wait for the boat to come out. Right, now onto our second launch point at Pontesilt. You've got a couple of car parks to choose from. There's one labelled a disabled car park, space for about 35 I would guess. I didn't count, but around 30, 35. literally half, if not a bit more, are for disabled. They are marked disabled spaces, but there are standard spaces there too. There's also public toilets there. This car park is the quickest and easiest one to go from the car onto the water. It's a 20-30 yard walk. That's it. And you'll be getting in at the marina on the other side of the aqueduct. Parking there is £3 for the day. There's automatic, well not automatic, but there's digital parking meters there, contactless payment, or you can put your card in and they take cash as well. Toilets are free to use. Obviously if they're shut, depending on what time you're there, either very early in the morning or later on at night, then your other option is basically the pub, which is on the other side of the canal. But if you go up to the canal, there is a bridge going over, a footbridge, where you can go over there to the other side and to the pub, which is called the Telford Inn. They do have parking there, but obviously it's for patrons only. If you're mega stuck, they might let you park there, but who knows. They do lock their gate at 11 p.m, so you won't be able to get out after 11 p.m. Not that I think you'll be paddling till then. There's another car park which is across the road from the Telford, and that is part of there's a chapel there, a converted chapel, which has been converted into a cafe. That is their car park. You can park there for the day as well, and it's £2, bargain. You pay inside the chapel itself, in the cafe in the chapel. Just wander up there, go in, say you're paying for parking, £2. Alternatively, if you get a couple of drinks and it's over a £5, some cake, food, whatever, you can get free parking. They'll give you a separate ticket when you've paid for your food, etc., which you can put on your dashboard, which shows you paid for parking. Other than that, I think that's about it for the two locations. There's not a great deal to say, besides how much it is to park, where to park, whether the toilet's there, etc. Again, I would advise you to wear a torch if you're going through the tunnels, a head torch. And obviously, as is a canal, you'll need a canal and rivers licence, which you can get from British Canoeing and the Welsh version. I can't remember offhand what it is, but I'll put links to both in the description below. I'll put links to anything else as well in the description below. Any updates also will be in the description below. So before we wrap up and do some aerial shots of the places I've been talking about, please take the time to give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Click on that bell for notifications. I don't do regular updates, so it would be wise of you to do that. And I'll see you again soon. Also, if you're feeling a bit generous, if you go to kofi.com/clutchsup, that's buy me a drink. Just buy me a coffee. It suggests £3, you can pay whatever you want, whether it's £1, £100, whatever. Pay whatever you want. No matter how small, it's all appreciated. And probably won't technically go to a coffee, but it will go to petrol. We all know how that's going at the moment. So anyway, yes, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. And we've got quite a few things lined up. A few more places on the 7, a few more on the D, a few more lakes in North Wales, maybe some on the coast. And I'm hoping to maybe even get up to Scotland at some point this year. Maybe. Fingers crossed. Anyway, thanks again for watching, guys, and enjoy.
If I wrote you a song, if I got every word perfectly weighted on a thin piece of paper, would it make any difference? Would it change for the better if I wrote you a poem, if I posted a letter? Is it maybe because I never knew quite where I was, then suddenly you told me, baby, you're lost, but I am too. Whatever the cost, we'll make it through. Tell me you're the one for me now, 'cause what am I supposed to do? If you are not the one for me, then tell me now what I could do. If I told you that I don't know where I'm going, don't know what to say, but I go without knowing. If I told you that I don't know what to believe in, don't know how to pray, but I pray anyway. Tell me you're the one for me now, 'cause what am I supposed to do? If you are not the one for me, then tell me now what I could do. Tell me you're the one for me now. I pray that you believe it too. That you're the only one for me, and I'm the only one for you. Tell me you're the one for me now, 'cause what am I supposed to do? If you are not the one for me, then tell me now what I could do. Tell me you're the one for me now. I pray that you believe it too. That you're the only one for me, and I'm the only one for you. If I wrote you a song, if I got every word perfectly weighted on a thin piece of paper,